We built Venezuela oil industry with American talent, drive, and skill, and the socialist regime stole it from us during those previous administrations, and they stole it through force. This constituted one of the largest thefts of American property in the history of our country.
They say they created the oil industry in Venezuela. Okay. Describing the nationalization of the South American country's petroleum industry as theft. American sweat, ingenuity, that's what Trump said in his speech, and toil created the oil industry in Venezuela. Its tyrannical expropriation was the largest recorded theft of American wealth and property. These pillaged assets were then used to fund terrorism and flood our streets with killers, mercenaries, and drugs. Okay. While U.S. and British companies were involved in early oil exploration in Venezuela, the fuel belongs to the Latin American country under the international law principle of permanent sovereignty over natural resources. Okay. So now, this is dicey. This is where it gets dicey, y'all. Venezuela nationalized its oil sector in 1976 and brought it under control of the state-owned PDVSA. Later in 2007, the left-wing Hugo Chavez nationalized the remaining foreign oil projects in Venezuela, effectively ousting U.S. oil giants like ConocoPhillips and ExxonMobil. The U.S. companies filed legal challenges to fight the expropriation process, and in 2014, a World Bank arbitration tribunal ordered Venezuela to pay ExxonMobil $1.6 billion. Legal proceedings remain ongoing. The U.S. then imposed sanctions on PDVSA in 2019 under Trump's first presidency. Okay. Now you see why tankers were seized, ships were being, drug dealers' boats were being bombed out of the sky. Now you're starting to see the picture. Venezuela is completely surrounded by the largest armada ever assembled in the history of South America. It will only get bigger, and the shock to them will be like nothing they have ever seen before. Until such time as they return to the U.S. of America, all of the oil, land, and other assets that they previously stole from us. All right, there you go. Okay, let's go.
Thanks very much for joining me. Donald Trump has once again shown his contempt for the Constitution and the rule of law. Let's be clear. The President of the United States does not have the right to unilaterally take this country into war, even against a corrupt and brutal dictator like Maduro. The United States does not have the right, as Trump stated this morning, to run Venezuela. Congress must immediately pass a war powers resolution to end this illegal military operation and reassert its constitutional responsibility.
Once again, Congress should be in a closed session right now. There should be a closed session. Congress should be in a closed emergency session right now. Right now. This is why I tell the people, come November, vote everybody out. Start all over again. Everybody's got to go. Everybody. Whoever's up for re-election, whoever's term is coming to an end, out. Get out. Everybody has to go. This is insane.
Trump's attack on Venezuela will not make the United States and the world safer. Quite the contrary. This brazen violation of international law gives a green light to any country on earth that may wish to attack another nation to seize their resources or change their governments. This is the horrific logic of force that Putin used to justify his brutal attack.
Hell no, I don't want to be no president. Hell no.
Trump and his administration have made it clear that they want to revive the Monroe Doctrine, a belief that claims that the United States has the right to dominate the affairs of the hemisphere.
The hemisphere.
They have spoken openly about controlling Venezuela's oil reserves, the largest in the world. Let's make no mistake about it. This is rank imperialism. It recalls the darkest chapters of U.S. interventions in Latin America.
Wait. So you say, so what does their happiness means? Means us Americans shouldn't give it. Why is this out? We have huge amounts of untapped oil reserves here in the States, in the Americas. Okay? You cannot go around kidnapping other countries' presidents because they won't do what you want them to do. That's not how this works. Let the people of Venezuela hold their own nuts. You see how easy it is to fall into the whole America should be the world's babysitter? No, because you don't want nobody telling you what to do. Your government is already impeding in your life as is. You're not tired of, you don't think it's enough?
Which have left a terrible legacy. It will and should be condemned by the democratic world. Trump campaigned for president on an America First platform. He claimed to be the peace candidate. Well, at a time when 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, when our healthcare system is collapsing, when people throughout this country cannot afford housing, and when artificial intelligence threatens millions of jobs, it is time for the president to focus on the crises facing this country and end the military adventurism abroad.
So nobody should have anything to say about Putin taking back Ukraine, and you damn sure better not say shit about China taking back Taiwan. It's just that simple.